What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be, giving our overall reactions to this Bears game. If we can even call it a game. Bears 49ers that just ended like 20 minutes ago. Anyways, before we get into it, please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, Sobak, I guess me and you, we both watched the video. Watched the game on your channel, and the stream ended short because it was a blowout. What's your overall reaction, man?
Just like the stream ending a little bit early, it's kind of very poetic in a sense, because that's just how quickly the Thomas Brown being our head coach scenario ended as well. Um, I already made a video about this where I just essentially like as the waning moments of the game happen, I pretty much just ranted the whole time. It was just pure disappointment rather than anger. It wasn't really like we've seen this before many times. This is
Yeah.
nothing new. Um, at this point, it feels like traditional. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, the Bears have a lot of issues, and it's very, very prevalent now. With the sorry, I'm like literally like every time I talk about this, it just feels like, there's nothing I can do. But anyways, long story short, this was supposed to be either a very manageable game or a blowout, and it turned out to be the latter. And the 49ers, give credit where credit is due. They came out to play. They had a game plan. They stuck with it, and they completely dominated this game handily too. And when the Bears looked like they were gaining some level of momentum, Shanahan knew that he needed to put the kibosh on that and made sure that that will not be happening and took just pretty much bled out the clock. The clock management skills from the 49ers were really good. As a
Yeah.
whole, the Bears you can tell like they're run by a bunch of assistant coordinators. They're like Thomas Brown isn't ready, I guess, to be a head coach. Maybe it's a little bit too premature, but based on what this looked like, starting your first game as a head coach or interim head coach, 38-13, when a lot of interim head coaches have a lot of momentum going into a game and they can actually win a game or be competitive. It was very vanilla. The play calling was very vanilla. Players were dropping passes left and right. Caleb taking sacks, whereas warranted or unwarranted, and it just looked like a mess. But there were some positive moments with like Rome's touchdowns. Um, two touchdowns for Rome. I guess that's really puts the end to all that because there's nothing really else about this game that would make you want to, find some positive moments, right? But yeah, I mean, that we're just gonna have a hard look at the off season now. We're out pretty much out of playoff contention at this point. I feel like we should be out of playoff contention,
Yeah,
but
yeah, sure. I agree with you. Like, this is the Bear season for y'all, right? I mean, after that amazing game against the Jags, like everything went downhill. I actually genuinely thought like I knew the 49ers were gonna win this game. I picked them to win, but I didn't know like the Bears were gonna like come out here and not have any energy. And as soon as that first drive happened, I knew it's over. I knew it was over. Like that was just way too easy for the 49ers. And I feel like I don't know. Like the Bears, this team has no life. It has no life in it. And look, obviously there's some positives. Caleb Williams, I'm not gonna say he played great or good, but he played all right. He played all right. He took 7 sacks, but receivers were dropping the ball. I saw some good rushes from him. He ran the ball pretty well too. Um, those 2 touchdowns to Roma Dunze. He did have that fumble. No interceptions. Like he's growing, obviously. Maybe took a little bit of a step back today, but his completion percentage was pretty good. So Caleb Lilly is not the problem for me. I think he's going to be great. My issue is everybody else, right? I think the receivers dropping the balls. I mean, I don't think Cole Kmet got a single reception this game. I might be wrong, but I don't remember him touching the ball. I think no, he touched the ball once in the 2 point conversion. Did not get a. He dropped it, but I don't know. The game plan was not that great. DeAndre Swift played decent, but again, you can't have 2 yards in the first half and expect to win a football game. You just can't. It's a 60-minute game. The Bears did not come to play. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the Bears losing, man, because we got to tank. We have to tank here because if we're not going to make the playoffs, I want a good draft pick. I want to get someone that's good in the draft, and I want to build this offensive line really, really well. I think if with the Bears end the season 4-13, they're a top 5 pick. You can get Murphy, you can get Calvin Banks. This draft is very heavy with tackles. Get tackles, get guards, get defensive end. But yeah, I'm just a little disappointed, man. I thought, I knew we were gonna lose. I didn't know we were gonna lose this much. And Thomas Brown, man, look, I know this is your first day of being the head coach, but you were not good, man. I'm sorry. You're not the head coach for this team. You can play the rest of the 4 games. You're not gonna win any of them. I think the Bears have to this offseason take it very, very seriously and get the right guy for Caleb, man, and the Bears, because this is probably the biggest offseason for the Bears ever.
I just think one thing to kind of talk about. At least Thomas Brown knew when to take Caleb Williams out of the game when
That's
it's
true.
over. At least I'll give him that. Like, there's some level of protect your quarterback. Don't make dumb decisions like putting him in harm's way in garbage minutes. Yeah, like you said, it's gonna be a really big offseason. The trenches have to be made. Plain and simple. Whether it's going on free agency and getting the best uh, offensive lineman or even hitting it in the draft, you have to address the trenches. And that's just the reality of the situation. Because the Bears, give Ryan Poles credit where credit is due. He's developed a good offense, but you can't really have a good offense without, for your young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, mind you, without having set trenches. And Ryan Poles at this point is on teetering on a hot seat at this point. My main teetering is that he buys us another year, but excuse me, uh, he has to hit the hire. 2 things: hire for the head coach has to be right, plain, point, and simple. If he messes it up this time, even with the help of Kevin Warren, then this team has no hope. Caleb is going to go to the Steelers after 3 years, and we're going to be in the same situation again. 2, he needs to address the trenches. The offensive line is not good. Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright's the only bright spot on this offensive line, if I'm being really honest with myself.
Yes.
Because while Braxton Jones does have great moments, and him and Darnell Wright are ranked in very, very high in terms of PFF and all that, and they're very like a young, good duo. Braxton Jones today got absolutely manhandled, and one of the sacks was because he just kept getting bull rushed. And it's not like one case. There's multiple cases where the offensive line just can't stand. Tevin Jenkins, he was good in his early years. Definitely a good piece to have, but injuries and his ineffectiveness at times can really affect the rookie quarterback's confidence in the pocket. And obviously our center has been always going to be an issue, and our guards have been really a big issue as well, interior offensive line specifically. So they really need to address that, and specifically the D line. Getting only one sack on Brock Purdy and letting their offense put up about 450 yards on you, like that can't happen. Especially for a team that prides itself from being a defensive team, from the 1985 Bears, from 2005 Bears, and like 2006 Super Bowl run Bears. Like you can live in the past. The offense does matter, but you also have to have a defense as well, and a good D line that can give your quarterback a chance to make plays in good field position due to like turnovers and sacks or giving punts. They barely punted this game, and the soft coverages as well. I know I'm rambling a lot. I know this is like I just needed to get this off my chest, but the soft coverages and the blanket coverages, like I feel like this team never learns, like genuinely never learns. And when they do like get sacked the quarterback, they go back to those soft coverages every time. It's just a rinse and repeat cycle where what works, we'll do it for a couple of plays, and then we'll want to go back to what doesn't work. We saw that with Shane Waldron. He had a good couple of games against the Panthers and the Jags. Did really good stuff there, and then went back to what didn't work in the first 3 weeks with the other teams as well. It's just a mess right now, and it really just stems to the upper management, and it's just awful. It's really awful, and I'm worried for Caleb's development, even though he's kind of like rising to the occasion. Today wasn't a great game for him. Like, let's be really honest with ourselves. He did, struggle. Um, but two touchdowns, led two drives. Like his receivers kind of left out, and Cole Kmet, like he needs to be better, man. That's all. I guess you can talk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had great points. I think that Ryan Poles this offseason has to make a bet. Like he has to go aggressive in free agency. I'm being so serious, man. You got money, you have to go aggressive here. Like you got to go and get some big names here. Like you got to get someone from the like I don't know. You got to bolster up that defense. I mean, you I don't know. I'm being so serious. Roquan Smith, that trade might go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history
Uh,
because I don't think Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards have really lived up to that hype.
I
I would still
mean,
take.
I say TJ Edwards has. He definitely has because the
No, he's
contract that we
regressed.
gave him,
He's
he's
regressed.
actually an underpay. We actually
Yeah,
underpaid him.
no,
What
he's this season he's been regressed. He's
Yeah, I
regressed
guess
this
you could say
season.
that. But I'm saying
And then
like Tremaine
Tremaine
has
Edmonds.
definitely regressed.
Tremaine Edmonds is probably one of the worst contracts I've ever seen. Like overpay. I think I don't know. Ryan Poles has had a lot of flaws and a lot of the draft picks he picked. A lot of them have regressed this season. I mean, Tyree Stevenson regressed. I think obviously Tevin Jenkins. I think he's gone. I don't think he didn't draft him, but I'm saying he's gone this season. So obviously, I think this draft really got to go with offensive line and you got to go with defensive line here. I think you got to build the trenches this draft, like you said. But I'm saying this right now, man. You got to draft better. I think his drafting Ryan Poles really hasn't drafted the best here because if you look at it, they're regressing. They're not improving. Gervon Dexter is probably the only one in my opinion that I've seen really improve. I mean, Roma Dunze is playing really well. Hopefully, he does a really good second year. In my opinion, I would not re-sign Keenan Allen either. I wouldn't re-sign Keenan Allen. I would probably get someone else. The only reason why is I think he's gonna be a little bit expensive. It's a little bit more expensive. I wouldn't pay Keenan. But look, Poles, you got a lot on your hands. I think the Bears should go 4-13 this season. No point in winning another game. There just isn't. There isn't because this season we saw what Caleb can do. We know that he's a franchise guy.
Same with Roma
That's
Dunze as well.
Roma Dunze is really, really good. I think DJ Moore, look, I mean, he's good. He's very reliable. I'm fine with DJ. Keenan's been really. I think Keenan's been disappointing this season, but he's had his moments. And then I think DeAndre Swift's been all right. He's been all right. Um,
He had a couple good games, but now he has been kind of disappearing since the Packers game.
yeah, I don't know. It's just Swift's been okay. He's been okay. It's just like I wouldn't be worried about running back. What I'm worried about is just the line and the coach. Like literally, I'm telling you right now, this team can win games if it was coached properly. Like this isn't a 4-13 team because we saw it. They were 4-2 last before the bye. The bye was the worst thing the Bears could have. The Hail Mary broke us. We have never recovered from that. We're gonna end the season 11-game losing streak. You know what's crazy? We ended the 2022 season with a 10-game losing streak. So, it's been a disappointing season, man. I really, really hope that Ryan Poles, Kevin Warren, George McCaskey, they all take the offseason very seriously. But again, just to wrap up what we were talking about, the Bears 49ers game, man, I think it's a disappointing game, obviously. Like, again, we all wanted the Bears to win, but I think it's time to tank, man. I do you agree with me? It's time to tank.
I agree, but I think that knowing the Bears, like you know the Bears very well, they're gonna find a way to win against the Seahawks or a
No,
division game.
no. After what I just saw against the Seahawks, against the Cardinals, no way, no way. No. I know the Bears. I know the Bears very, very well. They're gonna lose because I've seen the Bears lose 10 straight. I've seen the Bears lose 14 straight games.
That's true.
They're very capable of that. Right now, with the 9th pick in the draft, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that are 3-10. Some of them are going to win games, so you can see them lose games.
What
The
if we
Bears
win the
can
Tank
easily.
Bowl? What if we win the Tank Bowl 3 years in a row? That'd be fun.
That's just, I mean, it's fun, but it just says something about our franchise. I mean, real quick for the audience to see, this is the tank. This is the tankathon. We're right now the 9th pick in the draft. Look, lost 7. I mean, we're like in purgatory right here. Like that's crazy. But I mean, I hope we lose games. But again, embarrassing game today against the 49ers, guys. Y'all let me know in the comments what you guys believe. What was your overall reactions for the 49ers game? You guys heard us. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Please like, please subscribe. Daily content will be coming. Without further ado, that's gonna wrap it up. Peace.